Heath.
Hey, Katie. It's nice to finally meet you.
Thanks for coming over. Come on in.
So I got your email about looking for some work in the kitchen. You want to explain what you have going on?
Yeah, so we have this big kitchen island here, but it
Okay.
has no electrical outlets. So when we go to get out the mixer to make cookies,
Wow.
we can't plug it in, or doing work. We have no place to plug
So
in
an
for our
island this
devices.
big doesn't have one receptacle on it?
Yeah,
It doesn't look like the kitchen was remodeled too long ago, right?
no.
So I'm surprised because it should have been required at the time to have one, but let's look at adding one now.
Okay.
So up front, not really a lot of room. It's all full of drawers and doors. We don't want to do anything there.
Yep.
On the back, it's a nice seating area, but we have a big overhang. I don't want to have too many cords going that far in with an overhang this big and
Okay.
risk something being yanked off. What about the two sides?
Yeah, that would be great.
I think we can make that work.
Yeah, on this side over here, we know there's like an electrical box, but I don't know what it goes to or
Sure.
how it works.
Let's take a look. So we do have a box down there that's covered up. Maybe we'll get lucky and they actually prepped for the receptacle to go in, but just never quite finished it for some reason.
Okay.
So I'd say our next step is to take up this apart, take a look at what's in there, see where it goes, see if we can use it, and then go from there.
Okay.
Loosen these couple of screws and take that cover off. All right, so good news, we do have a wire in there that looks about right.
Okay.
Might be able to use. Let's make sure it's de-energized first. All right. So the non-contact tester is saying there's nothing there. But just to be safe, I still want to check it with a meter before we go doing anything else. All right, great. So that is off. So now the next trick. Let's find out where it goes.
Okay.
So for that, there are a couple of options. We can start a little bit of guesswork and start taking things apart and see what we find. But I think I have something that might make this a little bit faster for us. Let's take a look at this. So this is a toner. And what we do is we have two parts, transmitter and receiver. So I'm going to take the transmitter and actually attach it to the wire that's down there. And that'll give us a little signal across that wire and set that level to about the midpoint of it. And then we'll take our receiver. We'll start it off kind of low. I don't want to get too much of a signal. Put it close to see that it's working. And then this wire should be going through the floor and coming up somewhere. So let's see what we got. Ooh, there we go. So it sounds like it comes back to this kitchen wall maybe. Yeah, it comes this way. Let's see. Now look at that. So maybe we get lucky. It might even go right into this receptacle for us, which would be great.
Okay.
So before we take that apart, I want to go downstairs, turn the power off to this. We'll take it apart, open it up, and see what we have.
Okay. How'd it go in the basement?
Good. So I think the breakers are off. They look like they were labeled properly. We're just going to double check. All right. So that shows us there's no power. So we can go ahead and start taking this apart. So we'll start by taking the plate off. And now we'll take the receptacle out. Pull this out of the way, and look at that right there. So these are the wires that we have running to the cabinet. So I think we're good to go ahead and install that receptacle. So this is the box we're going to use, and we had talked about kind of going in this panel, so probably somewhere up here, centered side to side, something like that. Make sense to you?
Yep.
Okay. So what we want to do is we want to mark that now before we go ahead and cut. So what I'll do is we'll take a couple pieces of painter's tape, and this will make it a little easier to see the pencil when we write on here versus the dark wood and help us with any chipping. So we know we want to be even side to side and somewhere down about here. Does that look about right? Kind of keep it even all the way around. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to make that my starting point for the top. And in order to keep this in the middle of the panel, we have these couple of screw holes that go right down the middle of the box. So I'm going to go ahead and just mark the center of the panel where the edges are, and that is 4 inches, so we're going to go at 2. And with that, I'm just going to make a plumb line right down the middle of this panel. It's much easier to see on that tape. Then we could take the same box. We know what our starting point was. Now we can look through and line up the holes. So we know that's center and that's center, and we simply trace it. I'm going to start with a drill with a small bit. What I want to do is where the two little ears are, make those holes. All right, and we'll go down to that one. And then I'm going to drill a couple of the corners just for starting points so that we don't have any chipping out of there.
Okay.
And then for the actual cut, we're going to use the multi-tool. And we're just going to take this, plunge cut straight through here. All right. So let's see how we're doing. So this is the last spot that we need to trim. So when we slide this into place, we know the sides and the top and bottom are good, but we still have to notch out for these little ears right here.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and use the multi-tool, just make a little notch there and there. All right, perfect. So now that we have that done, we can go ahead and take the tape off. We'll fasten the box in place, and then we'll take a look inside and see what we want to do about getting the wire up to the box.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to use this wire, this metal-clad cable. So I'm going to have you strip the piece off of this while I readjust this box. So you're going to use that gray tool, that roto strip.
Okay.
And put it somewhere in there. Go ahead and put it together. And strip that up. You'll feel it pop when it's all the way through.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, so now that we have that stripped, if you want to grab one of the 90-degree connectors and one of the red bushings, and we'll go ahead and get this assembled. So I'm just going to take those couple of screws out so we can open up that cover. And we'll take the bushing. What this does is we slide this around the conductors inside this metal jacket, right to here. Get it nice and snug. And what it does is it protects us from any damage from any sharp edges on the metal jacket when we made that cut. So that keeps everything nice and insulated. Next, I'm just going to put a little bend in it since we're using a 90-degree connector. And we'll go ahead and slide the connector on. And you can see how everything just kind of fits right in there nicely. This stays exposed. We have a little groove that holds the wire into place. So then we put the cover on. And we put the screws in. We'll go ahead and tighten those up and hold it in.
Okay.
All right, now that this is resecured, we can look through the sight hole here and see that that insulating bushing is in place and that the conductors are in good shape, nothing's going to get damaged. So our next step is going to be to attach it to the junction box we have inside here and then resecure this box. And then we're going to go ahead and install this into the back side of this box. Put the lock nut on. Then we can resecure this box.
Okay.
I'm going to connect the new wires to the old ones in this box. Ground to ground, neutral to neutral, and finally hot to hot. So now we want to wrap this around that ground screw. Time to wire the device.
Okay.
And then I want to install the wire around the screw. First, we'll connect the ground wire to the green screw. Then we'll connect the neutral wire to the silver screw. And finally, we'll connect the hot wire to the brass screw. All right, now that we have the receptacle all made up and the splice made in that junction box, we're going to go ahead and tie that wire back into this receptacle so we can send power underneath and over to there. All right, now that the panel cover is back on and the breaker installation is complete and the power is back on, we can go and turn this breaker on, test it, turn it back on. Seems to be operating properly. We'll go upstairs and check that receptacle. All right, so we've taken out the standard breaker that was in the panel before and installed an AFCI breaker to protect this circuit. Now, we had to do that because we added a new receptacle to this.
Okay.
So I'm going to plug the tester in to make sure everything's wired correctly. Great, and it is, but the one other thing we couldn't check before that I want to check is that that GFCI receptacle is working properly and protecting this. So I'm going to hit a test button on this. You can hear that trip, if you wouldn't mind resetting that.
Sure.
Great, and we're back in business. Everything's
Awesome.
working properly.
Would you mind if we tested out my mixer?
Not at all. Let me just plug that in. Let's give it a shot.
It works. Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be able to use this space to bake cookies now with my daughter.
Great, happy to help.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.